Welcome back to Algebra 2, Chapter 4, Section 2. In this book, we're learning about matrices. That's fun. So before our last section, we added and subtracted matrices. And we found out it was easy. And I told you can do it on your calculator, but for adding and subtracting, it's actually easier to just do it. But we're going to learn multiplying, and multiplying is easier to do on your calculator. So you need to watch that video where I show you how to do them on your calculator. All right, but now I'm going to show you the not calculator way, because you need to understand it. And you're thinking, no, I don't. Yes, you do. All right. So to multiply, when I said last time that adding and subtracting the dimensions had to be the same, but multiplying didn't matter. That meant the kind of multiplying I showed you last time, scalar multiplying, which is where there's a number outside it and you multiply times everything in it. This is multiplying matrices, and there is some qualifications. To multiply, the number of columns of A has to equal the rows of B. So we're multiplying A times B. So the 2 in the middle have to be the same to multiply, and then the final dimensions will be the 2 on the outside. So is this one okay to multiply? Yes. How about this one? This one is 3 by 2 and 3 by 4. Are these two the same? No. So that's what you have to check. Now, how about these two? Are these two okay? Yes. See how these are the same in the middle? And so we know that our final one is going to be 3 by 2. That looks really messy. It looks like 3x squared. It's 3 by 2 is going to be our answer here. All right. So I'm going to show you how to do it. Pay attention because it's a little confusing. All right. So what you do is you take these two that are the top row of your first thing you're multiplying, and you multiply them times the first two going down this way. What do I mean by that? You do this. Negative 2 times negative 1 is 2. Now we're going to do the other way. We're going to do 3 times negative 2. So it's like you're turning it down. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Then you add them together. 2 plus negative 6 is negative 4. So the answer for this little slot is negative 4. Next, you go down the next row, and we're going to multiply it times the same 2 in the first column. So we're going to do 1 times negative 1 is negative 1, and negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8, and 8 minus 1 is 7. Okay, now we go down to the third row and do 6 times negative 1 is negative 6, and 0 times negative 2 is 0, and negative 6 plus 0 is negative 6. See how it says first? Because we do those first. Guess what's going to happen now? We're going to do the same thing again, but this time we're going to use the second column. So we're going to do negative 2 times 3 is negative 6, and 3 times 4 is 12. And negative 6 plus 12 is 6. We go down 1 and do 1 times 3 is 3, and negative 4 times 4 is negative 16, and 3 plus negative 16 is negative 13. Now we go to the last ones. 6 times 3 is 18, and 0 times 4 is 0, and 18 plus 0 is 18. Ta-da! That's how you multiply matrices. Okay? But how you do on your calculator is you make this matrix A and that one matrix B, and then you just go multiply and shink, out comes the answer. So I want you to be able to do both. I want you to understand what I'm doing now, but I really want you to be able to do it on your calculator too. And you're going to use this in calculus, you're going to use it in physics. If you're a chem major, you're going to do it in quantum. All right, so here is another one. Here I have 2 that I'm multiplying, and if you notice, I'm going to multiply them again and flip them, and I'm going to see if you change the order, are they the same? Oops, we had a spoiler right there. I erased it. All right, so let's do this one. 3 times 1 is 3. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 plus 4 is 7. Feel like I'm in the way. Okay, so now we're going to do this one. Oh, negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. 0 times 2 is 0. Negative 1 plus 0 is negative 1. Now we do the second column. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. And 2 times 1 is 2. And negative 12 plus 2 is negative 10. Now we're going to do this one. Negative 1 times negative 4 is positive 4. And 0 times 1 is 0. 4 plus 0 is 4. Woo! Let's do it again. Now we've switched them and we're going to do it again. 1 times 3 is 3. Negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 1 is 4. 3 plus 4 is 7. So far it looks good. Now we do go down one. 2 times 3 is 6. And 1 times negative 1 is minus 1. 6 minus 1 is 5. It doesn't work. And if you do it on out, you'll see that this is 2 and 4. So if you flip them, is the order the same? No. So some of the properties that you're used to in multiplication do not work. Okay, how about this one? It's got parentheses. And you know, with PEMDAS, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, you do parentheses first, and then you do exponents, and then you do multiplying and dividing. So here we have adding. So we could do the adding first and then multiply. Or we could do the multiplying first with the distributive property and then add. And if you look at it, the order doesn't matter. So with parentheses and multiplication, are they the same? And yes, they are the same. The order doesn't matter here. The order does matter here. So let me just show you briefly what I did. First, I did the adding. So negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. 4 plus 3 is 7. 0 plus 1 is 1. 2 plus 2 is 4. Then I multiplied. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. 1 times 7 is 7. Add them, you get 5. Then I did the next one. Negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. 3 times 7 is 21. 1 plus 27 is 22. Then I did the next one. 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 4 is 4. 2 plus 4 is 6. Then I did these. Negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. 3 times 4 is 12. Negative 1 plus 12 is 11. This time I did the distributive properties. I did 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. 1 times 4 is 4. Negative 4 plus 4 is 0. And then I did the next one. I did negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2. 3 times 4 is 12. 2 plus 12 is 14. And I kept on all the way through doing the distributive property, multiplying this times this, then this times this, and I got those two. And then I added them. 0 plus 5 is 5. 14 plus 8 is 22. 2 plus 4 is 6. And 6 plus 5 is 11, and they turned out the same. Now, this, once you get to ones this hard, I really want you to use your calculator. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to do 4, 1, 2, and 3, and then that's all we're going to do with 4. You're going to be ready for the test. And then we're going to skip the last part of it. But I'm going to continue showing you how to use matrices throughout the book, and in particular, how to do it on your calculator. Because really, the whole point of this is it's a computer thing. And why would we do it by hand when we have our calculators? So I want you to practice this. I want you to make sure you understand it by hand. But then I want you to get that calculator and make sure you can do every one of these problems on your calculator and get the answer that is given in the example problem. Even the word problems. Try them all. They're fun. All right? Math is great. Come back and we'll do one more section. Very interesting section, I might add, on matrices.